Okay, so we've added some things so far to try to help the gameplay and like actually being able to do things, having abilities, things like that. We have a lot more things that we want to do, but right now we have the HUD, and then one thing that we implemented, one of the key things we implemented is that instead of just going through the maze, you actually have to find a key first. Well, another thing we implemented is that the distance when you get caught is a little farther, so it makes the game more difficult. You have to find a key now. Some of the paths are closed off, and the only way that you can get through it is if you find a key, and then you have to go take the key. Oh, Frank has died. Frank, maybe you can show off the third one.
Oh, yeah.
And the third one is we have a paralysis spell that will, you have 3 of them that you kept track of up here that will automatically paralyze an enemy for 5 seconds. And you only have 3 of them at each level, so you have to use them sparingly. But that also means there's more enemies on the map. And then once you have the key, so Frank got the key, he's got 2 spells left, 2 paralysis spells left, because you are a wizard. Oh, we got that guy. Frank about got guy.
That's actually not how the doors are going to look. This was just like, we were focused more on the mechanics right now.
Yeah, we wanted some more gameplay added to it, more mechanics added to it to make it more fun and have more action in the level that's going on. So along with the spell, along with the key, and then again the distance for each of the enemies to find you and for you to get caught is larger, which means that it's easier to get caught, which makes the game more difficult. So that way you have to actually like move and stuff like that. We'll be implementing like a dash and maybe some other stuff as well to make it more fun. We're also going to add more enemies, so that way it's more of like you have to actually move and think and challenge yourself. We added a little more things to the map to make it a little more lived in. We're going to add some more animations and stuff like fires, things like that. But I mean, and the thing is like Frank designed the actual levels, and it's still pretty difficult for him.
It's not as difficult for me now because I play tested for like an hour before this. So if this looks too easy, that's only because like I knew what was happening. Like I wouldn't know where that key was unless I had scoured the level before. So you'll probably end up dying before you actually remember where this.
You'll probably die several times, to be fair.
I may die now because I'm out of spells. I feel like I didn't have the spells my first round, so this feels like cheating.
Yeah. We're working on completing the first level, having all of our mechanics in and working how they're supposed to.
I will say that the level design, the levels are pretty much complete. I may do some revamps, just add more mechanics, just to make sure those mechanics are more encouraged. But the reason why we've been showing the first level like every single time is just, the first level is sort of our mechanics playground, and then as those mechanics are added, I add them. So we're not like we've just been working on level 1 this whole time. We have nothing else. The other levels are pretty much the same level of completion. We're just doing all the mechanics in the first level, and then we can just copy paste and add them to the rest of the game. It's not as important.
One thing we realized was that we need to have, and one thing that Dr. Yoon recommended, based on everyone's feedback and his notes, that the game needs to actually be fun. Just walking around all the time is probably not too much fun. So we wanted to try to add some mechanics, make it more difficult, yada yada yada.
We already have the animations for some of the other spells. We have a lever object, and we have a pause screen, a death screen. Those were just on other branches, so GitHub happens. We didn't merge those this time, but those features are made. They're just not in this build of the game. Oh wait, I keep forgetting I don't have to keep. I wonder why it's not working. Anything else you want to add, Chad?
No, that's it.